Every day, you make one silent decision: rise with purpose or sink into routine. This is not just about discipline, mindset, or goals. It's about reclaiming your life, one quiet choice at a time. If you've ever felt stuck, lost in distraction, or tired of starting over, this is your invitation to start rising not once, but daily. The quiet power of self-discipline. Discipline doesn't arrive with noise. It doesn't demand attention. It moves like a soft current beneath your actions, subtle, yet strong. While the world urges you to act fast, to take the shortcut, to seek comfort, you pause. You listen to a deeper voice inside you, the one that values consistency over chaos, intention over impulse. That voice is discipline. Discipline is not about punishing yourself or living a rigid life. It's about caring enough for your future that you guide your present. It's the quiet decision to get up when you don't feel like it, to show up when no one is watching, to do what is right, even when it's not easy. Every time you delay gratification, you are casting a vote for the person you are becoming. That one extra rep in the gym, that one more hour of study, that one moment of stillness before reacting, it all builds a muscle inside you, not physical, but mental, that becomes your strength in the storms of life. Think of self-discipline like a candle in a dark room. It may not blind you with brilliance, but it burns steadily. It doesn't flicker with every emotion or external pressure. It teaches you to trust yourself. Because when you commit to something small every day, you begin to believe, I can do hard things. I can stay the course. Motivation is fleeting. It rises and falls like a wave. But discipline is the boat you build to ride that wave. It keeps you anchored on days when motivation disappears. It reminds you that success isn't about how you feel in the moment, but how you act despite the feeling. Yes, discipline asks something of you. It asks for patience when you want speed. It asks for discomfort when you crave ease. But in return, it offers you something far greater: self-respect. The quiet confidence that comes from knowing you followed through, and that feeling, that inner stability, becomes your freedom. Start small. A consistent wake-up time. A commitment to move your body. A promise to finish what you start. Let those small promises become pillars. Because you are not building discipline for its own sake, you are building a life that honors your values. And here's the truth. You already have the discipline within you. You've just forgotten how powerful it feels to keep your word to yourself. So, stay steady. Build slowly. Trust the quiet work. Your future isn't asking you to be perfect, it's asking you to be faithful. Because the strength you're searching for is not found in loud victories. It's found in the quiet moment when you say yes to what matters even when no one else sees. And as your habits begin to reflect your inner strength, your mind awakens to a deeper challenge. Not just controlling your actions, but mastering your thoughts. That's where the next step begins. Train the mind. Strengthen the spirit. Your mind is your most sacred space. It is both battlefield and sanctuary, depending on how you tend to it. Each thought you repeat, every belief you hold, becomes the soil in which your future grows. And just like a garden, your mind must be trained. Not once, but every day. Mental strength doesn't come from avoiding stress or hardship. It is born when you face life with stillness in your heart and clarity in your mind. It's built in the moments when everything feels uncertain, and you choose, again, not to run from the discomfort, but to breathe through it. You don't control the winds of life, but you do control the sail. And your sail is your focus. Where your focus goes, energy flows. When fear creeps in, it is your focus that will decide whether you freeze or rise. So train it. Gently, daily. Just as you train your body, train your mind to hold a higher standard. Negative thoughts will come, they always do. But strength is not about banishing them. It's about choosing not to believe everyone. It's about creating space between stimulus and response, where wisdom can grow. It's about reminding yourself that not every thought deserves your attention, and not every emotion deserves your reaction. Start small. A few minutes each morning in silence. A walk without distraction. A deep breath before speaking. In these simple rituals, your mind begins to quiet. And in that quiet, your true self begins to speak. Mental training isn't dramatic. It's subtle. It's choosing gratitude when you want to complain. It's returning to your breath when chaos knocks at your door. It's refusing to let one bad moment define your entire day. And when life feels heavy, and it will remember this, the mind, like a muscle, doesn't grow in ease. It grows through repetition, resistance, and rest. Be patient with yourself. Speak kindly to your inner world. Your mind listens to every word you say. You won't always feel strong. You won't always get it right. But each time you choose to return to your center, to focus, to reflect, to breathe, you strengthen your spirit. Because mental strength isn't just about powering through, it's about knowing when to pause, when to let go, and when to hold on. It's about becoming so grounded in your truth that the noise of the world no longer shakes you. Train your mind, not to escape reality, but to reshape how you meet it. And as your inner world becomes stronger, your outer world begins to reflect that strength. And once your mind begins to serve your purpose, not your fears, the next step is to direct that power toward a vision worth living for. Purpose over pleasure, vision over distraction. Your life is built in the quiet moments no one sees. The decision to wake up early instead of sleeping in. The choice to focus when distraction tempts. The courage to say no to what is easy and yes to what is meaningful. That is the space where purpose begins to breathe. Pleasure is loud. It calls for your attention with flashing lights, fast rewards, and easy exits. Purpose is quiet. It doesn't chase you, it waits for you to notice. It stands calmly in the background, asking, what do you truly want to become? You already know what pleasure offers: temporary comfort, brief highs, hollow victories. But pleasure doesn't build. It only fills. And once it fades, you're left empty again. Purpose, on the other hand, is not a feeling, it's a direction. It's the compass that turns routine into ritual and effort into meaning. Every day, you are given a choice. Indulge or build. Do you scroll endlessly or write the page? Do you avoid hard conversation or speak with honesty? Do you let your time scatter or gather it towards something greater? Living with purpose doesn't mean you eliminate all joy. It means you become selective with what joy you allow in. You learn to value the deep satisfaction that comes from progress over the shallow rush of distraction. You begin to see that discipline and fulfillment are not enemies, they are partners. Clarity is your greatest asset. You can't follow a vision you've never defined. So take time to sit with yourself and ask, what matters most to me? What kind of life am I building on purpose or by accident? When your purpose is clear, distraction loses its power. You no longer chase what everyone else is doing, because your path becomes sacred. You start to move with intent, not urgency. You build slowly, but with fire in your eyes. Yes, there will be days when the world around you moves faster, when pleasure knocks louder than purpose. But you return to your center. You remind yourself that what you're building may take time, but it will last. Because the strongest foundations are built brick by brick, not with bursts of speed, but with daily devotion. Your habits are not just routines, they are prayers for the future. They shape not only what you do, but who you are becoming. So honor your vision with your actions. Protect it from the noise. And trust that every moment of intentional effort brings you one step closer. But even as you follow your vision, the road ahead won't be smooth, and that's where your deepest growth begins. The storm is the path. There will be moments when life feels like too much, moments when your plans unravel, your progress stalls, and the path ahead blurs beneath heavy skies. But what if you looked at those moments not as misfortunes but as invitations? What if the storm is not in your way, but is the way? You are not meant to avoid hardship. You are meant to grow through it. The strongest trees are not found in calm valleys, but on wind-battered cliffs. It's the resistance that makes their roots run deeper. And you, too, are shaped not by ease, but by endurance. Pain has a way of clearing the noise. It strips away what's unnecessary and reveals what's real. In discomfort, your ego loosens its grip, and there beneath the struggle you find something solid. Resilience, grit, the quiet courage to rise again. Don't fear the storm. Let it reveal you. You'll discover that strength isn't about how loudly you fight, but how calmly you endure. It's the choice to take another step, even when your heart is heavy. It's the decision to believe in yourself, even when the evidence hasn't yet arrived. Setbacks don't define you. They refine you. Every failure, every delay, every fall is asking you one question. Will you give up or grow deeper? Growth is rarely graceful. It's messy, exhausting, often invisible in the moment. But every challenge you face teaches you something your comfort zone never could. The storm may change your direction, but not your destination. Let the hardship mold you, not harden you. Let it humble you, not silence you. And let it stretch you. Because only in the stretch do you meet the parts of yourself you've never seen before. When things go wrong, it's easy to spiral into frustration. But growth comes when you pause, breathe, and ask, what is this trying to teach me? That shift in perspective doesn't make the pain disappear, but it gives the pain purpose. You are not fragile. You are not here to shatter when the wind blows. You are here to bend, to adapt, and to rise stronger, more rooted, more aware, more powerful. And you don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to keep going. So let the storm come. Face it, feel it, learn from it. Because storms pass, but what they awaken within you stays. And when the clouds begin to clear, and the ground beneath you steadies, it's time to rise not just with strength, but with purpose. Rise daily with purpose. Conquer mediocrity. Every day you wake up, life offers you a question. Will you drift, or will you rise? It doesn't ask for perfection. It doesn't demand brilliance. It simply invites you to live with purpose on purpose. Mediocrity isn't a lack of talent. It's the slow surrender to comfort. It's the choice to go through the motions, to settle for just enough, to silence the fire inside you in exchange for ease. But ease is never satisfying. It only distracts you from your potential. Rising with purpose means you stop waiting for the perfect moment and start acting in this one. You don't need a dramatic transformation. You need one clear intention, carried out consistently. A morning routine that aligns your mind. A simple action that honors your values. A daily vow to build, not coast. You are not behind. You are only ever one decision away from changing direction. And that decision doesn't live on tomorrow. It lives in your next choice. The one you make when you wake. The one you make when it's easier to quit. The one that whispers, try again. Purpose is not found in grand gestures. It's found in small, repeated acts of courage. Showing up when it's easier to stay hidden. Speaking truth when silence is safer. Choosing progress over perfection. Greatness is not some far-off mountain you climb once. It's the hill you choose to climb each morning again and again. And each time you do, your legs grow stronger, your spirit more resilient, your vision more defined. To conquer mediocrity, you don't need more hours. You need more presence in the hours you already have. Be where your feet are. Let your attention reflect your ambition. And when distractions pull you away, return gently, firmly to your purpose. Don't wait to feel ready. Readiness comes from motion, not from thinking. You gain momentum by moving however small the step may be. The sun doesn't ask permission to rise. It just does. So, can you? Let your life become a ritual of rising, not just from your bed, but from your fears, from your doubts, from the version of you that settles when you're meant to soar. There is no secret switch, no instant fix. There is only today, and what you choose to do with it will either reinforce your past or rewrite your future. So rise not for the world's approval, but for your own peace. Rise not for perfection, but for progress. Rise not once, but daily, again, and again, and again, and again. Because once you begin rising with purpose, something deeper awakens, an identity no longer tied to struggle, but rooted in who you choose to become next. If this message stirred something inside you, don't just feel inspired. Act on it. Start small. Start today. And if you're ready to grow deeper, subscribe for more empowering journeys, one mindset shift at a time. You're not alone on this path. Welcome to the rise. Like, share, and drop a comment. Let's rise together.